What is up, guys? Lord Respawn here. Welcome to the video. So in today's video, we are talking about everything that you missed in the most recent Animal Crossing New Horizons gameplay trailer. I took a deep dive into the trailer and found everything that could have been missed, in my opinion, at first glance. So I wanted to show you guys that and share it with you because there's some very, very interesting stuff that I have found. So without further ado, there's a bunch of different pictures here, but all of them are equally as amazing, and let's just get this started. So the first one that we were talking about starts at the beginning of the video. You fly into the island and you see Dodo or Dodo whatever Airlines. You see a picture of the dodo bird. I guess it is Dodo. And so that's a brand new company, if you will, for the Animal Crossing series, and it seems to be a pretty big part of the game. Obviously, if it shows you coming to the island on that service. Also, I think I tweeted this out and I said it in my last video, but I speculate that we will be getting a new NPC based on the dodo bird, because it is in the logo, it is in the name, and it makes perfect sense. So yeah, that's the first thing. It's kind of easily overlooked, is that Dodo Airlines branding at the top. So if you look up top here, Dodo Airlines right there, smack dab in the middle. So that's the interesting part, number one. Let's get into the second picture. So at first glance, you know, nothing too crazy about this picture, but something that I did notice, which was just kind of cool. I don't think it means anything. I think it was just a cool kind of I guess showcase towards previous games. But if you look on the left hand side, you can see Villager sleeping on a hammock, and if you look at the clothing on the Villager, it is the exact one that is in all of the Super Smash Bros. Like Super Smash Bros. Promotional I guess features and paperwork and things like that, and it's also the exact clothes that he's wearing in the amiibo figure. I have a poster above my desk where I record, and it's actually got Villager in that clothing, so I found it really interesting that they put him in the video. It might just be out of a little bit of respect, but it is cool that they added that into the trailer. Also, the female version sitting on the stump, that is also a variant in the Smash Bros. Game. Also kind of cool that they added that into the trailer. Up next, I think everybody's seen this picture, but it is worth noting, there's a giant cluster of mushrooms, and nobody really knows why. Nobody knows what they do, why they're there, why is there so many, but it's interesting, right? It's a very cool addition to the game, and we'll find out more over the coming months what those actually do and why they're so big. But it's one of those new additions. Also, I don't know that villager's name. Comment it below. I'm blanking. He or she is holding a basket. Kind of cool. Also, bottom right hand corner of this image, I just noticed this literally. There's some blue flowers mixed in with the weeds. So that's kind of cool. Cool addition. I don't know, what that means, what kind of bush that is, or weed or flower, but kind of a cool addition down there. Up next, and this is a pretty big one, you can put snowflakes on your door in the wintertime. And, I think that this addition and this just very small touch on your house or on, your villagers, your neighbors' houses, it's just a cool addition to the game. It looks really good in the wintertime. Obviously, you've got the Christmas lights, you got the fire going outside, everybody's all bundled up in warm clothing, but it is a cool addition. It's lit up very well with the lamp over the door. So just something that I wanted to point out because it is very easy to miss. Now, I skipped ahead, but here's the next one. Now, it just looks like she's fishing, right? But if you look closely, you'll notice that the dock is much bigger than previous games. I would say, in my speculation, it's about 3 times longer than the normal docks that we got in previous Animal Crossing games. Usually it would end, at that first post on the left, but it seems to go out further into the ocean, which may, which may lead us into catching new fish. Who knows? Also, right before this picture, this screenshot was taken, you see her throwing bait into the water, and you can see a fish in front of her, barely, a little shadow of a fish in front of her that she is going after. But very cool that they extended the dock out and gave us a little bit more freedom into the open ocean, because right now, you can only fish on the shoreline for what we know. So getting out into the ocean more, deeper water, hypothetically, could lead to some pretty cool things. So next up, okay, so here we are talking to Rosie. You get the beautiful flowers in the background, but the main point in the wreath on the door, but the main point of this particular screenshot is if you look on the back of the villager's back, I guess, he's wearing a duffel bag, which is a new feature. You really couldn't have any back bling. We knew that backpacks were added into the game. We saw that at E3. But here's another variation. It is a duffel bag, assuming this comes in whatever color you want, or at least a slew of different colors and designs. So a pretty cool addition, but definitely easily missed if you're just kind of browsing through the video. And next up, here's another backpack, or back bling, if you will. You can see our villager fishing here, and she's got it says fish on it, so it looks like a fish cooler. I don't know if that, expands how many fish you can carry, or if it has any feature, or if it's simply, cosmetic, but you can see clearly in that image that she has a different kind of back bling on. Looks like a cooler, a fish cooler to me. So it, just going back and forth between these two, updated back bling, and it seems like it's not stopping here. We've got the backpacks, duffel bag, and now the fish cooler. Seems like the opportunities are endless from this point of, or for this new, I guess, clothing accessory. All right, so next up, and quick note, these were taken from animalcrossingworld.com. Go ahead and check them out. But I thought that they were a great representation of the updates and graphics that we saw from the E3 gameplay to the direct gameplay. So as you can see on the top, you've got snow and grass gameplay from E3, right? And you can see, the designs on the floor are pretty solid colors, right? They don't have a lot of life in them. But if you look at the bottom screen in the updated imagery, you will see that they have a lot more designs on the actual floor of the island, which I think is just an incredible touch. You can see the weeds kind of stay the same, the trees relatively the same. Also, they are different trees, so it is hard to compare in the snow. But the main point of this is you can see that they're updating the floor of the actual island, and it looks incredible. I love what they did with it. I think it adds a lot more depth to the actual environment, so that's just a really cool feature, and I definitely wanted to highlight that for you guys here. All right, another big one, and this kind of blew up on Twitter, but you can have different phone cases. So we've seen the green phone. I think that was the one that they give you initially, but as you can see, and I'll show you the bigger picture later. I think I have it on here. If not, but in the picture where they're all on the beach, I think everybody knows that picture, the one that I'm talking about, where they take a selfie. If not, watch the direct. But you can see that there is a different phone case in each of these things. That means that we can customize our phones and make them look however we want, which is very cool, or at least buy a skin for our phone. Another thing that I do want to show, so you've got a green one, you've got a galaxy one, and then up here in this photo, if you look on the right hand side, right underneath the cam, you can see he's got a it looks to be black with stars on it, maybe polka dots, but another variation of the phone. So something really cool that they are adding into the game. Just another area that we can customize, which is what Animal Crossing is all about. So next up, here we are lying on the beach, and something that I saw that was really cool is in the middle of the screen, you've got a coconut drink. And that's something new to like the main Animal Crossing series, that you can just have a coconut drink and put it on the beach. Now I did see in the direct gameplay video, I did notice that you can craft these. I'm assuming you just bring them a coconut. They didn't highlight what it takes to make this, but I'm assuming you bring them a coconut and a flower maybe, and then they make it. Who knows? That's kind of speculation, but I thought it was really cool. They added a a coconut drink to the island theme. It fits really well. So just a really cool, subtle, but really cool addition to the game. Next up, we've got fossils confirmed in the game. Obviously, it might have been confirmed before. I don't personally recall, but it was refreshing to see a villager picking up a fossil, digging it up, and showing it. That means that the museum is obviously confirmed. We knew that, but I mean, seeing it in the direct and being focused on it for about 2 seconds is very, very cool to see. I'm a big fan of the museum. I'm a big fan of completing the museum. So getting this confirmation and seeing this is just an incredible feature that's being carried on to this generation of the game. All right, next up, I think you guys all saw this. There's been a lot of funny memes about it, but you can sell weeds, and I don't know how many weeds we gave Timmy, but he's giving you 150 bells. So that's pretty cool. Like, that's a decent amount of bells for picking weeds around your island. And they mentioned, I forget the exact words that they mentioned, but there is a basically island cleanup program, which is why they pay you for the weeds. So they want you to go get all the weeds off the island and then turn them in to Timmy, and you get paid, your island looks better, and everybody is happy. So cool thing, you can sell weeds and make a little bit of money, making your island look pretty. So up next, so this was a interesting one, and like, we knew this was going to happen, but it was cool to see it in the direct, in the online or in the presentation, I should say, and that is the confirmation that we have the original fishing rod, net, and shovel. I'm assuming we also have the original axe, but right here it's just showing one of it looks like a stone axe. But it is cool to see, the fishing rod, the net, and the shovel that we know and love. That just kind of shows us that you will be able to buy these or craft these later on in the game, and you won't be stuck with like a flimsy shovel like our villager has in her hand right at the bottom. So very cool to see that. Excited to get the silver and gold variants of those different tools. Maybe they'll release a different one, or a one above gold. I think that'd be pretty cool. We'll wait and find out, but definitely great to see those being confirmed. So in this picture, if you look at the bottom of the screen, this is where they're playing with people on their console, up to 4 players. Very cool addition. And that's people within one system, so if they live on, your island or whatever, they can come play with you. Cool. What's important about this screenshot is if you look at the bottom, the one character on the right is hitting the rock. It appears to be with an axe, and the other character is picking up some sort of stone. Now, it's not the normal rock stone. It looks to be, and this is a little bit of speculation, but it looks to be that ore has returned to the game. Now, a lot of people, including myself, believe that this would be true. It was a great concept. It was awesome to craft all different types of furniture, with like diamond and sapphire and ruby and all that cool stuff. So it looks like at the bottom of the screen that has been confirmed because that came out of a rock. And yeah, I mean we'll see if we get all the different colors like we did last time for New Leaf, but time will tell. Definitely great to see that they kind of highlighted that subtly in the trailer. Now, next up, pretty on par with the last screenshot, and that is that the money rock is returning to the game. Another great feature that I and I think every Animal Crossing fan that's been playing since population growing has come to love, and that is the money rock, right? That is the you run around and you hit all the rocks and one magically spawns out money. Can't go wrong there. It's definitely a feature that's been present in the series for a while. And yeah, just excited that they showed off that variant of hitting rocks as well. Now, next up, okay, so this is obviously one of the most iconic photos from the Direct. It just shows a bunch of peace. Just everything is chill. Just an awesome photo to showcase the landscape and nighttime and all of that. I love this photo. But let's take a look into it. On the right-hand side, you see a beetle on a tree. I forget the name of the beetle, but it is cool to see beetles actually being shown rather than just like fruit beetles, like actual beetles being shown. The moon in the game, which is, I guess, right here, looks just stunning in this game. You know, I before I made this video, I took a look at New Leaf, and it was just kind of like a yellow line, you know, yellow circle. But this one, you can actually see darker parts on the moon. You can just see more depth and more colors. I mean, and within the moon, which is just fantastic. Also, if you look on the other side of the screen, you'll see a shooting star go across the sky. That has been present in other games, but this shooting star is obviously clearer, more vibrant, and just an awesome feature to the nighttime sky. Lastly, the thing I want to touch on is the Firefly. Now, if you played previous Animal Crossing games, you know that the Firefly has normally just been a yellow or green light that happens to move around your screen, and then you can just catch it, and woohoo, you got a Firefly. When you zoom in, it is clear, but in the open world, it just looks like a yellow light. But in New Horizons, as you can see in this picture, you can actually see a Firefly behind the light, or in front of the light, however you're looking at it. But it's cool to see that they updated that and gave the Firefly a lot more just presence on the screen when you're running around your town or sitting on a log. I love that they did that, and what that's going to do is going to add, you know, basically gives me confidence that they're going to add that same kind of depth and in detail to all of the other bugs, fish, all of that, just all the features in the game. So the fact that they're going above and beyond on the Firefly is just very promising for the game. So yeah, definitely wanted to point that out and chat about it. And lastly, the last thing we're going to talk about, the last two things we're going to talk about actually. So if you look on the beach, right along the water, you will see that the OG villager, the Smash Bros. Villager, is chilling, sleeping on the beach in a lawn chair, much like he was on the hammock earlier in this video. I think it's just a coincidence. I think they're just paying some respect to him and giving him some relaxation from Smash. But it is really cool that they added that in. I love Nintendo for doing that. Just an awesome addition to the game. One thing that I just noticed, honestly, as I'm looking at this picture, is there's a beach towel on the sand. So you're going to be able to buy beach towels, probably with an endless number of designs, create your own designs, I would imagine, and you can put a beach towel on the beach. I mean, how much cooler is that, you know? Or how cool is that, I should say. And then the other thing that I want to kind of highlight from this picture, and this is when they are all taking a picture, taking a selfie with your whole squad. Obviously, you can see the 8 players, as that is the 8-player online mode. You can see that you can showcase your fish if it's in your inventory during the selfie, which I think is really cool. I'm definitely going to be like, hey, look at my shark, because I'm awesome, right? Like, I'm totally going to do that, and I just think it's a very cool, subtle feature that they added into the game. So, that was a long video. That was, in my opinion, an amazing video, because just I had an amazing time making it, because I really got to dig into what was going on in the trailer and what we get to look forward to, as well as just looking at things that people just did not see, because honestly I missed 90% of this stuff when I was watching the direct, the original time. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe. Obviously tons more Animal Crossing content on the way. I absolutely love this game. If you guys follow me already, you guys know how much I love this game. Drop a like, really helps out the video. And with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Later.